Welcome to an episode of Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Acolyte, episode 3, and all those mothers. Oh no! But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. So, Star Wars The Acolyte, episode 3, shows a covenant of witches. And it turns out that Osha and May were born without a father. Now it turns out that Coral gave birth to both May and Osha, but it is unclear how they were born or how they were made. Now Coral suggested that the Jedi would be upset if they found out how Mother Anastasia created the twins. So it isn't to say that they're born of two lesbians, as people out there on the internet have been saying. It just turns out that this is a covenant full of women because they're witches. So it doesn't explain exactly how they were born, which left me with more questions than answers, obviously. It's like, what did you do? Was it a spell? Was it midichlorians? You know what? And how was it possible? You know, so I mean, I know that it has been established by Anakin that you don't need a father to be born. You could just be born of the Force. So, and it is shown that these witches can manipulate the Force. It seems like they were able to use the Force to create these beings. Not only that, but beings that are strong in the Force. I mean, I guess it would make sense if you're born from the Force, you would have Force powers, or at least you'd be Force sensitive. So I don't mind that at all. I know a lot of people are upset because Anakin is no longer special because he was the only one that was born without a father. But I mean, it's already been established in the lore that this can happen, so I don't mind it, not one bit. But like I said, I still have more questions than answers because, like, are they gonna explain how she created it? We'll see. But this episode was not as great as the other ones. It's good to see that Master Endara and Master Torben are still being shown. So I guess we get to see what exactly they did, because this episode doesn't explain why May has come for revenge because they left her alone. It looked like, according to the episode, that May was the one responsible for the Covenant dying and for everything happening. Now, how it happened, again, I don't know because it doesn't explain. Sure, May started the fire, and then that whatever reactor blew up. But what, we're supposed to believe that all the witches died of debris falling on them? Because that's what they shown, you know, that's what they want us to believe. But maybe I'm thinking that's not what happened. Master Soul tells Osha that May started the fire, and because of that, you know, everyone died. But for some reason, I think that that is a lie. Or maybe he misunderstood it. He wasn't there. But I'm thinking those covenants got struck down maybe by the Jedi or something. Because why would May want to go seek revenge? Like I said, she's the one that started the fire. And even if she blames Osha for her starting the fire and the Jedi for them going in there and starting this conflict in the beginning, you know, trying to take them away, it still doesn't justify her anger towards them because May's the one that started the fire. Unless that's not what happened. Unless the debris isn't what caused all those witches to die. But again, like I said, this episode left me with more questions than answers. It looks to me like the Jedi were where it would, you know, I would assume because of previous episodes that the Jedi are responsible for the deaths of the witches somehow. And not just by showing up, because then that's kind of like a weak, that's a weak meaning for revenge, I think. This episode left me with more questions than answers. I still want to look forward to the next ones because I mean it's gonna answer them, right? It has to answer them. It can't leave it like this. And I know the writing isn't the best. Even the chant that they were doing was pretty cringy. You know, it's like that's the chant that witches use. Like, why don't you just make some gargle blah 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 up? You know, it'd have been better than the power of 1 + 2, whatever they're doing. You know, that sounded kind of corny. But besides that, I don't mind the witches being able to use the force. I mean, I like having other force sensitive um, beings in this world. You know, I don't think they should be just left for the Jedi and the Sith. It doesn't make sense that would be like that. Um, but yeah, like I said, we'll have to see for my questions to be answered. Like, are we to believe that the earthquake or whatever debris killed all the witches? Because if that's what they're gonna go with, then the whole plot doesn't really make sense of why she would go and seek revenge. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode. Uh, let me know what you guys think about these twins being born without a mother. You know, pretty much taking after Anakin. Let me know if that disturbs you. And the reason why it doesn't me is because I mean, like these other movies were like 40, 20 years old already. It's like it's time to move on with new cast. You can't just hold on to the past, and that's what I find. People who are having a hard time letting go of the past, who have a hard time changing with the times, are having a hard time with these series because they just want what they already had before. But it's like, what's the point? Just go back if you already want that. Anyways, I'm still looking forward to these episodes. Like I said, this one was a little bit of a head scratcher, only because it didn't really answer the questions that I wanted to be answered. Like, what did the Jedi do to deserve the revenge? And yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.